you know, and there it is.
Let me know when you
Now,
start.
you know,
You started. That's not
Okay,
Corona. That's just
that
allergy.
that was not COVID, by the way. Okay, folks, and today, as you know, we're getting ready for the Matter of Play show, which will be opening virtually this Thursday. That's virtually, it will be opening on Thursday, and virtually we're still determining on how the opening is going to take place. Today's been like Grand Central Station here. Carol Rossman was in earlier. She's gone home. Bruce Taylor was in. He's already left. However, we have maintained and retained Angelo di Petta. Angelo di Petta is extraordinary ceramic artist, as that many of you know his work. He has he came to Canada in 1956 from Italy, and went on to have an incredible 39-year career at OCAD, where for a number of those years he was the head of the department. The interesting thing about Angelo's work is that because he was teaching, he really felt that it was important that not just to be a repetitive production, so his work continually evolved because he felt that as he was growing his skills, the students needed to see what he was doing, and so he's really done remarkable things. And fascinating about Angelo's work, because we have done talks about his work before, in particular that incredible wall piece of the Four Seasons. But the thing to remember is that Angelo currently often incorporates a slipcast method, which is a way of reproducing things, but unlike a lot of people who use slipcasting to do an increasingly large number of multiples, that's not the case. But I've spoken enough. We are now, by the way, this is Angelo with his coffee and his mask.
Mask, not on.
Not on. And so these pieces, these are the artists were asked to do this is repeats in the occasional pot. So the occasional pot, not the legal stuff, though that occasionally comes into play. The one major work, and then also repeat work, and the repeat work being pieces that an artist will often earn their living by. So here, and by the way, I'm seeing them for the first time because in keeping with tradition, Brian doesn't let me see a damn thing.
I haven't even seen these yet either.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he knows how it feels.
Well, they're a couple of years old, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, so now we're looking at historical work.
A couple of years old.
A couple of years, and unlike some artists who use that horrible clear stuff, he's gone totally Canadian and using duct tape. Okay, so here, oh wow,
Wow.
that's fabulous.
It's a wall piece.
Look at that. So this is, okay, so can you walk us through the process here? This looks like it was in a, like, no.
Yeah.
First, can you tell me what way it goes? Okay.
Like that, that's right. Yeah. It's a wall piece, yeah. That whole series I've done with using cement-based glazes. You have still a few pieces there with that technique. It's essentially rolling out slabs of clay with lots of sawdust in it, firing that, and then putting thick layers of cement and glaze mixtures. And I always like to break things up, so, you know, horizontally. That's my favorite orientation, is horizontal.
Okay.
And, you know, brown, blue, sort of reminiscent of, this whole series was kind of based on Canadian shield, you know, lichen.
We've
and all
sold
that.
some of the Canadian shield pieces.
you've sold
So
a few.
just, so, and this is the same body, clay body that would have been used for the lower half of the, that big installation piece?
Yeah, well, this is a white earthenware, but I put lots of copper slip on it and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not, it's earthenware, it's very low fire. Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
and that's how you get those colors.
It's always, you know, doing these videos and then getting to open things up that, and never knowing what the hell I'm going to see. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's also based on that, but this is a triptych.
So is this
Ooh.
number 1 or number 2? This is 3, and it goes that way.
Well, you can
actually,
you can
this
do it
is-
either way. I've done this one so that you'll see when you lay it out that you can actually compose it two ways.
There's a collector from Toronto, he is en route, who is coming just to see Angelo today. and this one is number 2. So that's actually there.
Love the colors.
The colors are amazing. Yeah, and
Yeah, as you can see, it's sort of based on the same idea, but
Lots of bubble wrap, it looks like.
and there. So this is 2016. And then when he knew what he was doing, he decided to put frames on it. I'm just kidding. This is 2017.
yeah, I mean, the idea, I wanted the edge to be rough and whatever. I just find that with these more rectangular things, it's hard to end it without a kind of a frame.
Yeah, so that,
Yeah.
and it also makes it really nice when you're hanging
Yeah.
it as a
Yeah,
picture.
so the idea is that's one way to do it, and you can also do it this way. So that, you know, you have a more vertical orientation, like that.
So this is, depending on your mood, this is how you can go with it. Now, also,
Yeah.
I often hear artists teasing about how your studio is so tidy that you could actually
Have dinner there. Yeah.
have dinner there. Yeah.
Well, you know, I, because of the process that I use, it tends to be a cleaner process. And also I'm kind of, it's as much a safety issue as anything, not
Yeah.
having a lot of clay dust around and so on. And it's actually easy for me to clean up after I work because you don't, like when you throw, you generate a lot of stuff and, you know, trimming and all that stuff. Which in my case, that doesn't happen, so.
So how easy was it for you to get your students to think like that?
Oh, well,
Did
some,
any of them-
well, some come to it
Naturally?
naturally, and others, you know, they don't. But you know, like when you're a teacher student, that's one thing. When they're on their own, they you know
They can do
whatever they want. I mean, I don't.
Shall we move into the other room to show the piece?
Okay, and as we're walking down the room and passing by Nancy Lashford, our basket artist, our fiber artist, and then these have just arrived today, priced individually, and I think they're absolutely brilliant. Fabulous colors. And that one little figure there is, which took her far more than she's getting paid for to do, but it's pretty well standard. And now, of course, in here, we're looking at a bit of a disaster. Oh, fuck. Oh my God.
So you'll have to edit that one.
No, it's
No,
live.
no. Actually, Brian actively looks. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell
Okay,
us?
now, folks, I'm going to say how I think he did it. He's then going to tell me I'm wrong. But until that point, we're going to start off with, because remember, I've always saying to you, I can guess, but then only the artist knows for sure. So what I'm thinking is that the turquoise pieces here, these wonderful little porcelain pieces, were done they were slip cast and then unique. And this I think is really, really unique. And if he hasn't done it like this, I'm going to be incredibly embarrassed. But so you've got that little slip cast thing and you've got the slip in it. And then what he does is he times the length. I mean, you have to time the amount of time that you actually have the slip in the mold. So he times it, and then at a certain point, he takes out a like the type of thing that like a turkey baster,
Well, a syringe.
a syringe, and extracts. So obviously, I'm on the right track. Extracts a certain amount of clay. Then he allows that to stay, and then it goes on again. So that's how you get these incredible lines.
Intervals.
And then it's all. Now, are these from the same mold? And then you manipulate?
Okay, you almost got it
Now it's your
right, John. In fact, these pieces are sitting in the mold. These.
Oh,
are
that is the mold.
That's right.
Oh,
So what I do is, this is not, you said porcelain, it's just white earthenware, the same. This is all earthenware. So this is a red clay that I mix a lot of sawdust in, and then I press it in a little cube mold, a little square mold, and then model each one of these by hand,
wow.
each cavity. So they look similar, but you can't fit this one in this one. You know, there's no two that are the same, although there's kind of similarities. And then they're bisque fired, and then I pour the slip into those and do what you described.
Yep.
So once again, I'm almost right.
You're almost right.
And what is this?
Then these are smoked. That's why you get these variations. And these are, of course, glazed and then glued in there. They're glued in with a...
And what is this piece called?
I called it 100 Lakes.
It's incredible.
It's 100 units, and they just reminded me of...
Pre-pollution. It's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, so it's a bit heavy, but anyway, it's not going to fall down.
So just as a matter of curiosity, like excluding the conceptual time taken, how long physically would this take to do?
Well, actually, I was saying to Brian when we went out to the car that I've been working on it since May, off and on, because it's not something you need to do quickly right away.
Yeah.
So, like, you can make these units little by little, and because they come from the same mold, you know, they're always going to be the same. And then this actually, you do have to do fairly quickly because of the way you describe. So you can do 5 at a time. Like you fill 5 of these,
Right.
and then you wait and you draw them out, and then you wait. So each one, like each drip there might be about 5 minutes. So
Wow.
you're looking at 15, 20 minutes to do that. But then you move on to the next 5, and then the next 5. So it's actually
So
that
just
part.
as a matter of curiosity, this particular turquoise glaze, I've got some 19th century Sèvres in that glaze.
Yeah, I wanted something that's semi-transparent so it shows off those lines. And fluid, you know, that flows, and
Get the ripples.
yeah.
So
and-
so if you've got a tequila party, folks, for 100, you need straws because these do not come out. But Angela is beautiful, and I don't know if is it my eyesight or is it hanging askew?
It's your eyesight.
It's my eyesight. Okay, no, I have
Yeah.
a depth perception.
Well,
thing.
it's supposed to be level. I mean, I leveled it off.
Yeah.
But it is in 4 sections, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not one, because it you know.
Oh, so you mean
They're glued in 4 sections, like
Oh,
that's
okay.
25 by 20,
Yeah.
5 by 5. You know, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. When you take it apart, you'll see it comes in 4, and they're labeled so that when you reassemble it, you know where to put it.
this is fabulous?
Yeah. I also thought with this, you know, that it could have been like 4 in a row across this way horizontally.
I like it like this.
Yeah, as
It's-
a square. Well, that's the way I imagined
It almost
it.
takes me back to that to
Yeah.
the op art movement of the 60s. It's
And well, the
pretty
neat thing
magical.
is like standing far back on it, and you know,
It's
and
incredible.
you know, as you walk by it, you can experience the different depths of the thing. And, but
It's-
my goal would be to actually fill like a big wall of it, like, because in this, an idea I had was to vary these colors. Right, with this one, I stuck with just
The
plain
turquoise. Yeah.
But imagine if this was like 10 times bigger, then you can start varying these colors, like going from turquoise to blues to yellows and whatever. It would be, you know, quite amazing.
It is amazing.
I mean, lately I really had this interest of using like almost like pixels to make a big piece.
Well, when we do your show next year, we could explore that.
Fill this wall.
Fill
yeah.
this wall.
Oh, yeah.
You got it's,
Yeah.
Angela, it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
absolutely, it's beautiful. And I love the way, one of the things that I really love about when you use certain glazes is how the glaze breaks and gives you that effect of where the ridges are. And that's certainly present here. And of course, this clay shows up in a lot of Angela's work, and we've handled some incredible pieces with this. And this is fucking amazing. It's amazing.
Thanks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so remember, we will probably be also posting something tomorrow And on Thursday is our virtual opening, which will be Brian and I drinking champagne and talking about the show because it'll be virtually. Anyway, so there you go, and there you are. And Angelo, thank you so much. It's
Oh,
extraordinary.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Wow.